Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Monday, September the 26th. My name is Barry Ainerson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. Let me just maybe get rid of those things. Okay, this is the address to get into our room, and I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I do share my screen all day long also, and no strings attached, no credit cards, no nothing. This is a free room. If you would like to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, you can just copy or type this link into your browser and click on it, and then you'll be taken to a subscription link with a promo code. And Trade Ideas would cost you $4 a day, a little over $4 a day on an annual basis if you took everything we have. All right, well, what an interesting day. And it's getting more interesting and interesting. Just to let you know, I am in a CBOE short at 67.27. I'm going to put a mark right around here. 67.27. And I'm in an STI short at 43.18, 43.18, both a couple of Holly alerts, and both from, as I was saying to people here are the Holly strategies for today. Okay, these are the ones that were optimized for today. These are the ones that made the cut. And, this wait for the 8 has been probably made the cut, I don't know, 4 or 5 of the last 6 or 7 days, all right? If not every day, I just can't remember. Now, we've had a lot of alerts today, and they're all short. Notice that we had 4 short strategies and 3 long strategies. But now I resisted taking a lot of these. Some of them actually I tried, but my broker had no shorts for me. But I had made up my mind, especially on a day where the market is down, 150, 160 points, that I really wanted to wait to see if we got anything from these from this strategy. And these are the two that were triggered today. And why? Well, look at how well it has optimized that 81% win percentage and 7.76 profit factor. So if you have Holly, you have to be looking at this strategy all day long. And if you get an alert from this strategy, I'm not saying you have to absolutely hop on it, but you really have to pay attention to it. So that's what I did with CBO. Now CBO, admittedly, and this is just turning into a great trade. Admittedly, had a little froth action here, and I actually got into this trade a little bit sooner, and I got stopped out. I stopped myself out. Holly did not stop herself out. Holly, here's where 67.57, and I think I got in the first time at 67.35. Okay, waited a little bit, and then when it moved back up, I got out. But I wanted to keep on it because I just had faith in that particular strategy. So, bottom line is that I'm in right here at 67.27. I did cover some at 67.71, right around here. And now look at it. So I'm basically almost at $1 on this particular strategy. Just need a little bit more. 67.27. Need another, say, 20 cents. I'm at $1. So and then this one, STI, the trigger was at 43.20. And the same thing. Now this one I did get in a little bit early. Now, I shouldn't say early. I mean, I got in just after the alert. I got in at 43.18. I did take some out on this little pop out, just in case, okay? Because I actually thought it would have a tougher time getting through 43, but it hasn't. And so I'm still in this one. So those are the two alerts that I took from Holly today. You don't have to take them all. People ask me, well, how do you know which ones to take? Well, I'd be absolutely concentrating on those two, on that strategy today if it optimizes. So if it optimizes tomorrow, and it's funny thing is that the days that it last week when it was optimized, the market was actually good. I mean, good in that it was moving up, it was positive. Didn't really matter. That's why I was really excited to see. Okay, what happens to this strategy? This is a short strategy. What happens to it when the market is really weak? And so far, has not definitely not disappointed. All right. Now, what else did I do? Basically, my day was done, even though I did take those two trades. My day was done on a couple of trades, and that's RGSE. Now, RGSE was it was thumbnailed. I had it thumbnailed on my monitor, and I wanted to watch this. I noticed in the pre-market that it here is the pre-market. So it was just over two. Now, I had traded this one last week on Friday, actually. I think I took a loss and a gain on this one. And notice that the high was 226. So I'd watched this one, and the reason why is that this is such a low float. I mean, according to our data, it's something like 577,000 in the float. Now, they may not be like 577,000 shares in the float, which is ridiculously low. Even if that number isn't correct, and remember, we're getting our data from a provider, and maybe their data isn't quite up to date, but even if it's a little bit more, it doesn't matter. It's a very, very low float situation. So I ended up taking the trade right about here at 220. I just looked so strong. I decided to take the trade at 220, and I got out some at 231 on the way up. Look at what it hit here, 258, and then on the way down at 244, I exited the balance. So that was a good quick trade. And then the other one was Airy, and we saw this one in the pre-market. Here's where it closed, 366 on Friday. Here's the pre-market activity, and it was actually phase three. This is a biotech, and it was a phase three results, which were good, obviously. And the thing is that a lot of times we see some of these bios, and they pop in the pre-market, but they're based on a phase one or phase two. If you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, a drug company, it takes years, by the way, for a drug to finally make it to the market, if it ever does. But they go through these trial phases, and phase one is the initial one, which is I don't know what exactly the trial is, but you can't get to phase two unless your phase one trials are good. And then, of course, you can't get to phase three until your phase two trials are good. So a lot of times what we see is we'll see a pop in a bio in the pre-market, but it's based on a phase one or phase two, and then typically what happens, it just fizzles. Because this was phase three, I wanted to watch it very closely. So I ended up taking the trade right when it broke that whole number of 5. I took the trade right here, actually at 505. Put a mark here. And look what happened. I mean, this one just ripped all the way up to 6. Now, all right. Wow, I didn't realize that. That actually, that actually had a pop. Oh, I know, that's right. I am sorry, I'm talking to myself, but this was the pullback. I got out of the trade at 535 on the way up just to lock in some profit, and then I took the balance out at 567, right around here as it was moving back down. You never know; this could have just completely collapsed, and I sort of lost sight of it. On this pop up. I know some people are in on 6, but for me, the RGSE and this trade basically made my day. I would not have to trade at all today, but I am still in these two. These are just especially this one. This is just performing wonderfully. A little bit more, and I have $1 on that. But they're both performing really, really wonderfully from the two Holly alerts. And I did take a loss on a DBD. Diebold, as it was explained to me, that's how it's pronounced. Can't remember why I got into this one. It probably, if I can find it. Yeah, it was. It's funny, this is one that I was really, really looking forward to. But notice the first alert didn't come to 942. Now, this is the most upward momentum right now. This performed extremely well, I think, in 3 days in a row last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But what I noticed is that, it was we received some really quick alerts, right at 9:30, then at 9:31, 9:32, maybe only about 5 or 6, but we didn't get anything until 9:42. Now, admittedly, the market is down, so you wouldn't expect you're going to get a lot of stocks with, big upward momentum right now, as it's called. But when we did get deboulled, 26, I did decide to take the trade as it broke over 26, and I got stopped out of it. I got in at 26.08, right around here. And when it broke down through, it's probably in this candle here. When it broke down through 26, I got out of it, and then I basically completely and utterly concentrated on CBOE and STI. So that's it. So I'm telling you, if you number one, if you don't have Holly, I'm not sure what you'd be waiting for exactly. Especially on days in which that particular strategy optimizes. And again, it's 81% win factor. That does mean that 19% you might get into a trade, and you have basically a 4 and 5 chance of getting into a winning trade, and a 1 and 5. And I'm not saying so they're not all winners, but so far, based on what I've seen, because this strategy I think just hit our strategies among the 45 that get optimized, I think, in the last week and a half. And I believe that every single one of them, I may be wrong, but has proved to be a winner. Some more than others, but certainly today, CBOE and STI have been great. All right, I definitely want to get right back into our trading room, so I'm going to move that out. And again, here's how to get into our room. This is the address. Usually open the room at about quarter to 9, between 8:30 and quarter to 9 Eastern time, and then I get live on the mic between 9 and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And here again is how you can take out a subscription. And there is a promo code. When you type in this link and click on it, you will see a promo code that you can use. All right. Well, thanks very much for listening, and hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye bye.